Murder Mittens. Number 55, Skidvicious. Number 172, Pikachu. Number 300, Dolly Spartan. Number 616, Antifa. 623, Hollywood. 626, Remy Ruckus. 666, Strange. Number 772, Al Annihilate Ya. 835, Scarin Jaeger. 2011, Colette Razorcat. And your co-captain and captain are siblings. Number 95, Lightning the Queen is your co-captain. And your captain tonight, number 4, Cherry Kiss.
Oh, I can do it. And skating for... Sorry, Clifton just tried to hand me the mic instead of the roster, so we're having a moment. Skating for the LA Derby Dolls, we have number 00, Stefcon as the captain. Co-captain is number 925, Sweet Home Alabama. Number 2, Karen Boutnuffen. Number 6, Jaeger Bomb. Number 33, D-Cup Runneth Over. That's cute. 76, Jezebel. 389, Stiletto. 500, Sheeses. 606, She Deviled Egg. 2022, Chance the Lapper. 3720, Hannah Barbarian. 5515, Baby V. And 9637, Jane. Whoa. Let's get to it. For the first jam of the game, the Hot Shots are standing up number 300. That's Dolly Spartan.
Los Angeles Jammer is crouched in front of Dolly, is going to be Jaeger Bomb. Number $6 a shot. We are underway and looking to see at the front of the pack, Dolly Spartan's out and clear. Dolly's your first lead jammer, Arizona first lead jam of the game. Jaeger Bomb now settling in, trying to get by the pivot. That pivot for Arizona. Up to the task, and the defense recycles. Now the LA blockers trying to spring them free. I see up in the front of the pack here we got Al Annihilate and Remy Ruckus trying to hold in the jammer for Los Angeles. At the back of the pack, Dolly Spartan is going to clear a jammer blocker out of the way for Los Angeles and try to fight their way through. That's Stefcon 1 at the back of the pack for LA, and Chance the Lapper riding Dolly off onto the infield. At the front of the pack, meanwhile, you still got Jaeger Bomb trying to push by that 2-wall of Remy Ruckus and Al Annihilate. 15 seconds left in the jam, and Al and Remy finally out of play at the front of the pack, so they've got to let her go. Dolly finishes the scoring pass and calls it off. Well, I guess if all the jams are going to be like that one, it's going to be pretty okay.
Absolute nail-biter. Very
Crazy.
excited.
4 hard-fought points on that jam for Dolly Spartan, and Arizona's on the board first.
Jamming up next for Arizona, we have Scarin Jaeger.
Jammer for Los Angeles, number 389, Stiletto.
It looks like one penalty was picked up by the Derby Dame Hot Shots on that last jam, so they will be down 1 blocker. Scarin Jaeger taking the high, putting some work in there against that strong 3-wall of LA blockers.
Pack kind of comes together there in the corner, and Jaeger along the inside is going to race to the front. Scarin Jaeger, lead jammer for Arizona. Bouncing up and down on the pack, trying to find a big head fake to the outside, but the pivot for Arizona didn't fall for it, went to the right way. Jaeger now catching up, first scoring pass. Runs into the back wall of defenders for LA, then gets taken down, couple of defenders down. LA pivot's gonna recycle back in front of Jaeger, and now that's Mimi up there with the pivot stripe on for Arizona, just knocking heads, clearing space. Gets Jaeger out of the way. There's 10 seconds left on the jam clock. Your LA jammer is still kind of in the middle of the pack, and now we've got a star pass taken over at the front of the pack. Taking over as jammer of record was number 606. It's one of the names I don't have. That's She Deviled Egg. I should know that. She Deviled Egg was taking over as the jammer of record. Officially is going to be an 8-point jam for Arizona.
Up next, we have Cherry Kiss number 4 for the AZDD Hot Shots, and that's number 963 for LA. Oh, I do not
Janewell,
know how to-
9637.
I don't know how to read.
What's a long? You see 963, but the 7's on the other side of the bicep.
Cherry Kiss immediately out on the high, avoiding those LA blockers as Jane Woe struggling there against, I believe that is Hood and Strange. Cherry Kiss coming around for her first scoring pass. Takes the high, takes the low, is sent to the infield by one of the LA blockers, has to reset in the back, and is going to try again. LA blockers still in, fighting against a strong wall of AZ hotshot blockers. As Cherry fights her way past the final LA blockers and is out.
Meanwhile, now mid-pack, with Cherry coming around, the LA Jammer still trying to get out. Breaks through along the inside and now is clear for LA. Is going to try to keep this to one scoring pass for Cherry.
Remy Ruckus there playing a little bit of offense in the back, allowing Cherry to squeeze on through, score the points, and call off the jam.
She only passed the jammer one time.
It looks like White picked up some penalties on that last jam. I am seeing a potential jammer penalty there.
There's nothing potential about it. I see Cherry Kiss parked in the penalty box. We've got our first power jam of the bout, the Los Angeles Derby Dolls with the power jam.
Arizona Derby Dames also down one blocker during this power jam.
Jaeger bomb down into the corner. That's the Los Angeles Jaeger, not the Arizona Jaeger. Different spelling. Trying to fight through that Arizona defense, stout as you would expect. You got Mimi Mahler at the front of the pack.
That's Mimi, Lightning, and Tierney there putting in some work, not making it easy for that LA blocker. LA choosing to hold Tierney in the back there as a goad. Tierney opts to do some one-on-one blocking there on the turn and is going to be sent to the infield by the LA blockers.
Now,
LA coming up to play a little bit of offense, still trying to get their jammer out. We're about 40 seconds through this jam.
I was going to say that the LA Jammer was up towards the front, and then they got knocked off, and the pack just sort of recycled back in front of them. And we are at that mutual standoff point, and the crowd begins cheering.
Yeah.
More or less, LA is surrendering the jam at this point. Yeah, you can see literally Jaegerbomb used the last 10 seconds of that jam to talk about what to do in the next power jam. Excellent defensive effort from the Arizona Hotshots. Basically ended that jam at the 50-second mark.
Jamming up next for Arizona, that's going to be number 666, Strange.
You got Stiletto out there for the second time for LA. Stiletto's going to look around and play some jammer defense right off the gun. Tries to spin to the inside, and that wall just kind of slid down in the way.
That's Al, Dolly, and Tifa there making that LA block jammer work there to get out. Strange fighting along the front. Remy trying to provide a little bit of O, trying to get past those last few LA blockers.
Strange is just still grinding against those defenders at the front. Now gets some help. Remy Ruckus going to spin in there and try to break Strange loose. LA defenders up to the task, though. Meanwhile, the LA Jammer at the back of the pack can't really make any ground against the Arizona defenders. And so we watch another pack crawl up towards us here in the announcer's nest. Another defensive show.
Oh, Strange almost managing to stay on the track there on the low, but ended up being sent to the infield. Strange decides to reset in the back and comes to the back to fight. With only 3 seconds left in the jam here, both teams decide you know what, we're just going to let that clock expire as nobody was out of sleep jammer.
So 2 straight scoreless jams. After Arizona scored in the first 3, we are 21-0 here, about halfway through the first quarter, give or take.
Jamming up next, that's going to be 55, Skid Vicious for the Hotshots.
Jammer for LA, number 606, She-Deviled Egg.
It looks like a couple of penalties potentially picked up during that last jam, or one penalty picked up by LA, so they'll be down a blocker. Skid immediately out on the high and is your lead jammer for the AZDD Hotshots. Jaeger and Peak there holding back that LA jammer as Skid comes around for the first scoring pass, goes high, then goes low and gets out. 37 seconds or so left on the clock here. LA Jammer still stuck behind that white wall of Hotshots blockers. Skid coming around quickly out through those blockers. It looks like LA Jammer is choosing to play a little bit of Jammer D there to try and fortify that LA wall. Trying to neutralize Skid there. Mimi playing an excellent offense there with a beautiful sweep from the high.
Mimi is like an Etch-a-Sketch, just wiped the screen there. That was one heck of a hit. Closing in now. The clock's going to expire before Skid can get around for another pass. But yeah,
that was some beautiful offense there by Mimi.
Really was. We have a 15-point jam for the Arizona Hotshots.
Score is now sitting at 36-0. Arizona Hotshots lead. Jamming up again for the Hotshots, we have Cherry Kiss.
And you got StefCon 1 out there for LA. It's 6:30 to go until the end of the first quarter. No stoppages in play yet. All gas, no brakes. Like a Major Lazer song. Never stops. I mean, never stops just going, you know. My brother describes that. Here we go. Around the outside, Cherry Kiss. Wow, with speed, as one would expect. Cherry Kiss to the front. StefCon 1 now is going to take a big running step. Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh.
Is going to almost get around her. Wow, what an effort. StefCon 1, what an effort. Got Al. Al was up to it, and StefCon 1 did a second fake and got by.
Beautiful job getting around Al. Al is not an easy one to avoid.
Not at all.
And
That was an
just
excellent.
unfazed.
I mean, with one head fake, and then Al didn't bite, and then StefCon did a second and just was so fast that Al really couldn't react in time. What
no,
a
that
move.
was beautiful.
Anyway,
beautiful.
forces the call off, so 4 for the Hotshots. Stiletto this time for LA.
And that's going to be Jaeger for the Hotshots. StefCon coming in with some speed there is sent to the infield by, I believe that's Razor Cat. Jaeger Bomb is out as the lead jammer. Excuse me, Scarin' Jaeger. It's Jaeger and Jaeger, you know. It's going to be a little bit of a tongue twister here.
Right.
Jaeger coming around for their first scoring pass, takes the high, is held up there by one of the LA blockers, but manages to get around.
Jaeger's out again for Arizona. There's 30 seconds left in the jam.
It looks like there was a star pass potentially there for LA. I do see the pivot with... Oh.
Jaeger calls it off, spinning off the track. Thought I'd point out, Cheryl, you know, we have Jaeger, Scaring Jaeger on Arizona. We got Jaeger Bomb on Los Angeles. Don't
Yes.
forget the Twitch chat has Jaeger's mom.
Scaring Jaeger, Jaeger Mom. Jaeger's mom.
Correct.
Shout out to Jaeger's mom, Suki on the Twitch chat.
Suki talking Smack House.
We love you.
I'll drop this for Suki, which is a Suki. Dolly Spartan for Arizona. StefCon 1 for Los Angeles. StefCon's going to run to the high side.
Oh.
StefCon 1. Lead jam for LA. StefCon 1 out and moving with urgency.
The
Dolly.
amount of recycling in this pack is just incredible.
Dolly finally finds an opening like a revolving door, trying to dash through before it closes on your nose.
Remy delivering quite the hit there to StefCon, slowing StefCon's progress. Quite the hit.
LA gets 3 points on the jam. Get up on the scoreboard. It's going to be Baby V, number 5515 for Los Angeles.
Here, and a couple of penalties there called out. A couple of people sent to the Pepper Patch.
The Pepper Patch.
A couple of late call-offs there, call downs from LA. This is going to be an extremely light pack, it looks like.
And we're down 1 Arizona blocker and down 2 LA blockers. Lightning the Queen right down the outside and is out and clear.
Ooh, LA blocker trying to follow Lightning out, but unable to do so. Guided to the infield there by Mimi.
All 3 of the LA skaters were on the ground at the same time, so I would say that's effective blocking on the part of Arizona.
Oh, absolutely. Lightning coming around for another scoring pass. LA trying to play some offense there as her jammer is sent to the infield. Mimi quickly switching to O to distract those LA blockers so that Lightning is able to just squeeze on out of there unfazed. Coming around for another scoring pass with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Lightning gets up and this time runs right into Baby V, trying to play some jammer defense. Lightning has had the advantage of the angle on that one, so 10 seconds left and Lightning wants another round. Catching up to the pack, Baby V is going to try to play defense, gets bumped out of the way by the pivot for Arizona. Comes on through and the clock expires. Ends up being double headlights from the infield. 20 points for Arizona on that jam.
Score check in here. We're sitting at 70 points Arizona, 3 points for LA. Both teams are going to be down 1 blocker for this jam. A little bit of a lighter pack. Jamming for Arizona, that's Dolly Spartan, and jamming for LA is number 389.
Stiletto.
Stiletto.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dolly Spartan.
Go for it.
Out and clear, I was just going to say.
Stiletto there fighting against Tifa. Takes a block from, I believe that was Cherry. Has to reset behind Cherry. Manages to get out on the high.
Stiletto gets out for LA and is going to try to keep this to one scoring pass for Dolly.
Takes a tumble there from the track monster.
Well, it took a tumble from the track monster and ended up with a gear malfunction.
Yep.
Unfortunately, so kind of went back to the bench under wobbly power, but is back there, and we'll get that addressed, thankfully. Ends up being an 8-point jam for Arizona, 78-3.
Jamming for the first time for the Hot Shots, that's number 23, Murder Mittens.
You've got She-Deviled Egg for Los Angeles. And 107 to go till the end of this quarter. Everybody looks like they're all set. Now we're ready to go.
Murder Mittens guided to the infield there by some LA blockers. Resets, but takes the high, then the low, and is out as your lead jammer. LA blocker there, struggling against a wall of Hot Shots blockers. It looks like that's Jaeger giving them a hard time. Coming up to Mimi and Peak as Jaeger resets in front to assist their wall. Murder Mittens coming around for a scoring pass, sent to the infield by the LA blockers. As they take a tumble, it's able to hop right back on.
Fighting through and finishes off the scoring pass with 24 seconds to go. Quarter clock will not expire, so we do have time for one more jam here in the first quarter. And finally getting out of the pack, She-Devil is able to get out of the pack. And Murder Mitten's aware of it, calls it off after her last scoring pass.
It looks like the Hot Shots picked up 2 penalties on that last jam, so they'll be skating down 2 blockers. Jamming again for the Hot Shots, that's number 666, Strange.
Oops. That's going to be StephCon 1 for the Derby Dolls.
LA with the blocker number advantage here, able to do some work, allowing their jammer to get out as lead. LA trying to hold some blockers back, unable to do so as their jammer is coming back around for points. Arizona trying to control the speed of the pack, trying to stay in front to prevent that LA jammer from scoring. LA manages to get around as Strange was coming back around for points and decides to call it.
Checking on the score from the infield, we are at quarter break, and it's 4 points for the Derby Dolls up on the board there in the last jam of the first quarter.
That was the fastest 15 minutes of my life.
Yeah, that rocketed by. So the first quarter is over. We're going to take 5 minutes to catch our breath and reapply our lip balm.
All right, friends, we're back to the action here, starting the second quarter. Jamming for the hot shots, that's going to be Skid Vicious.
We've got Stiletto out there for the LA Derby Dolls, and immediately gets bumped down to the infield. Skid down to the inside. Big running strides, and Skid's going to be clear for Arizona.
Arizona recycling there as Stiletto is fighting against, that's Lightning and Jaeger. Skid coming around for her first scoring pass. That's Colette Razorcat playing a little bit of offense, trying to keep those LA blockers separate as Skid is able to get out. 30 seconds left on the clock.
And Stiletto is able to absorb a block from Jaeger, which is no small feat. Stiletto went right through the turn and stayed upright to put the pressure on. Really gaining ground here. Stiletto's flying. Skid Vicious was coasting up and seeing how the pack was going to line up. All the LA pointables got in front of the Arizona blockers, so Skid called it off.
Jamming for the first time for the hot shots. That's number 623, Holly Hood.
You're going to have Steph Con 1 for Los Angeles.
It looks like both teams picked up some penalties during that last jam, so we're going to have a light pack. Arizona with the blocker advantage here, unless I don't know how to count.
I don't, so if you don't, we're in trouble.
We've established in my team that I only know how to count to 4.
All right, running down the middle of the pack, Hollywood had a great angle on it, of course. Stefcon 1 down to the inside is going to outrun that last pivot. Wow.
Beautiful
got through there,
job
outran
by
Al.
Stefcon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stefcon has had a
avoiding
lot of
Al.
success getting out of the pack.
Yeah.
Running through Hollywood. And found an opening to sort of held the door open for her and dashes through and calls it off. Checking it out now, we've got Skarin Jaeger to the jammer line for Arizona. And Chance the Lapper for the first time for LA.
Chance always getting so low on that jammer line.
All right.
Chance hits the pack first there, is faced with a strong wall of hot shots blockers. Skarin Jaeger able to get past those last 2 LA blockers. LA switching to a little bit of O there, trying to break up that Arizona hot shots wall. As Skarin Jaeger's coming around for their first scoring pass. Goes high, goes low, and is out.
30 seconds gone, 30 seconds left.
It looks like Chance the Lapper is opting to play a little bit of jammer defense there with the rest of the LA blockers.
And effective, very effective actually. Was able to get in the way and then knock down a blocker too.
Every second counts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that definitely burned some time off the clock there. Jaeger deciding to call it off so that we can reset with a new jam.
Arizona, 10 points on the board. Arizona has broached up over 100 for the bout.
Jamming for Arizona, that's number 4, Cherry Kiss.
That's Stiletto for Los Angeles.
Stiletto eyeballing Cherry Kiss here. Deciding to play a little bit of jammer on jammer defense, giving Cherry Kiss a hard time. Cherry Kiss manages to get out there as that hot shots blocker split up to allow Cherry Kiss out. And we have a jammer race.
Cherry Kiss is down for the challenge, wants to get back to the pack, runs through and calls it off, racing through. And also, we got to give some proper dap to that ridiculous hit at the front of the pack. Cherry Kiss just cleared the way with a sweep of the hand.
Yeah.
Like Ewan McGregor wiping out all the clone things in Star Wars. My references are off. I'm tired, man. Woof.
Cherry Kiss risked it for the biscuit, and it definitely paid off.
Oh, it was very good, yeah. Big hit. You heard the crowd down there cheering for it, so it's always a dead giveaway when the crowd gets very vocal when you see a skater fall. 3 points for Cherry, though. LA was able to force that early call off again from the back. That's She-Deviled Egg.
And that's Pikachu for the hot shots. She-Deviled Egg out as the lead jammer. Pikachu sent to the infield there by one of the LA blockers, has to reset. Behind the pack, sent to the infield again as She-Deviled Egg is coming around for their first scoring pass. Takes quite the shoulder from Lightning the Queen. Trying to fight past those last few blockers, attempts to call it off, but was unable to do so before being sent to the infield.
Humongous hit right in front of us. Mimi Mahler just put She-Deviled Egg
that
on
was
the infield, yeah.
Quite the hit. I'm pretty sure I heard the entire crowd go, oh, in unison.
Checking on the score for LA. LA is going to put all 5 on the board. So
LA
She Deviled Egg gets all 5 of those points on that pass.
LA picking up 2 penalties during that last jam. As we go into that new jam, we're going to have Antifa jamming for the Hot Shots.
It's StefCon 1 for LA. StefCon's at the back of the pack this time. Tifa to the front, and those 2 blockers. Gets around the pivot.
Oh, is sent to the infield and is going to have to reset.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe just obviously being better safe than sorry. Not sure if there was a clear signal there, but definitely is now having to reset all the way behind the pivot.
Yeah, waiting for a very slow pack to catch up, but is able to take advantage there and is out as lead jammer. Holly Hood and Cherry Kiss blocking that LA jammer there, giving them a hard time. Tifa manages to take the low on the jammer, but is sent to the infield there. I believe that was potentially by the pivot, if not the jammer. Oh, big hit there. Quite the collision as the whistle started.
Just checking, making sure Tifa took a hard tumble, but looks to be all right.
It looks like Hot Shots jammer there picked up a cut during that last penalty, so we were potentially going to have a power jam. Hot Shots choosing to challenge that cut. So we're going to take a little break here from the action, discuss what is going on, and then we'll wait to hear what the refs have to say.
Got 9:02 to go until halftime. I see more regulators joining the discussion. We'll tell you again, we mentioned it a little while ago, but you got the Cactus Cup coming up in Mesa, Arizona. That's going to be a flat track bout, a WIFTDA rule set. Of course, in flat track, you've got WIFTDA, which is the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, and you have USARS, which is USA Roller Sports. And those 2 rule sets are slightly different, but both flat track. This will be a WIFTDA tournament. And as I said, I'm looking over here at the poster to my left. We got Angel City Roller Derby. We got AZRD, of course, the tournament host, Baja Roller Derby, Bay Area Roller Derby, Rat City Roller Derby, the Rose City Rollers, Santa Cruz Roller Derby, SoCal Roller Derby, and Team Montana Roller Derby. You may have noticed all those teams sound like they're from this side of the country. It is. It is a nationally sanctioned regional tournament for WIFTDA, so it's going to be like the big stuff. This is not an exhibition.
I was actually going to say Baja Roller Derby's from Mexico. They're from Mexicali, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, super exciting.
It's very exciting. And Johnny Pepper will be here. Johnny Pepper's going to blow back into town. He's announcing
exciting.
thoroughly with, I believe he's coming with one of the teams or something. But he'll be here again, so I will be there at some point. Probably not announcing, but, you know. Raveland knows Raveland can holler at me if they need extra announcers, but it's been a minute, and so I figure they must have enough announcers. But, yeah, I can be tagged in if needed. Again, you set me in any rule set. As long as the one with the star makes the points go on the board, I'll figure it out. Takes me a second when I go to USARS and I see somebody skating backwards. It makes my brain go,
or I think in USARS they have like the pivot break off.
Yeah, the pivot
where
break off.
breaks
Yes.
becomes a jammer at that.
Yeah,
My
but yeah,
brain
it's
cannot
the backward
process it.
skating in flat track that just makes my brain go haywire. I'm so unused to seeing that direction.
Yes.
It'd be like, you know, it's like Alan Kulwicki in NASCAR. It'd be like going to a NASCAR race and watching Alan Kulwicki drive backwards around the track. So,
Yeah.
Bill Sandway got that joke one time when I made it. That was great.
One of the Twitch chatters here, and I'm gonna butcher the name, so I do apologize. I think it's Rash Dasher. Just giving a shout out here that 5 of our bank track skaters are rostered for Cactus Cup, and I do remember seeing a few of our skaters at tryouts
really?
a couple weeks back. I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would figure, that's for the AZRD squad, right? So
Yeah.
Colette Razorcat's going to be there. I know that. Colette Razorcat skates with both leagues.
I think Mimi, I think May, Lightning,
yeah.
Peak, I believe I saw a tryout.
Yeah, a lot of that's correct. I forgot all about that. Some of our AZDD bank track skaters went and tried out, and they made the team for AZRD, so they'll be at the tournament. So
Yeah,
if you're an
super exciting.
AZDD fan, like make it a destination. Like I said, March
Yes.
15th to 17th out in Mesa.
Oh, Zero Cool
That's
here,
right.
giving
Birthday
us
Boy
the
just skated up here. That's Birthday Boy. It's not Zero Cool.
Oh, Birthday Boy
just
giving
skated
us
up here
the
and let us
inside
know that
scoop.
the challenge was unsuccessful. And the challenge was successful.
successful,
I was so busy with a bit, I lost track of what I was doing. challenge was successful. Yeah, it is. That's true. I got it in my ear. It is rare for a challenge to be overturned, but the referees have admitted that they are fallible, and it will not be a power jam for LA. 9:02 to go until halftime, and we're looking at Stiletto for Los Angeles. And your jammer for Arizona is...
I believe that's Razorcat.
That is Colette Razorcat. Speak of the devil, Colette Razorcat for the first time for Arizona.
Razorcat fighting against a 3-wall of LA blockers there. Murder Mittens coming up to play a little bit of offense for Colette Razorcat. Neither jammer out as we exit here turn 2 into the straightaway. Both jammers still fighting.
Still fighting, still grinding, coming down past us here in the corner. Slowly. I say past us, it's going to be a couple of minutes. Now we go. Now we got some action breaking loose. We got a star pass. Arizona with the star pass. Well then.
Yeah, Murder Mittens taking over as jammer for the hot shots there.
Karen Bout-Nuffin just got hit hard at the back of the pack.
And it looks like we had a second star pass
we
as
did.
well.
It's a double star pass. Look at that.
If you're following from home, you know, take a sip of water.
There you go.
For a double star pass. Hydrate.
Having jammers is so fun. We had 2 each. That was Jane Woe taking over officially, so we had to clarify which all 4 jammers. And it looks like none of them got penalties. Well, congratulations. Birthday Boy says 4 points for the hot shots there, 7:40 until halftime. Crouched way down here in front of the announcer. Is that Chance the Lapper?
Judging by how low they are, I do believe that is Chance. 2022, that is indeed Chance the Lapper.
Cherry Kiss for Arizona.
Chance is almost out on the low. Takes quite the hit from, I believe that was Al.
Yep. Al reached out with an elbow and got Chance right between the shoulder blades and knocked them off the track. Cherry Kiss is out for Arizona, and now Chance is going to try to find an opening as well. Goes to the inside, and Al right in the same spot says, go here again. Cherry Kiss now trying to catch up. A big hit at the back of the pack from, I think that was Dolly.
Ooh.
Cherry bounces off the rail, just sort of rolls off it and goes on through. 19 seconds left in this jam. Chance the Lapper was 1 inch from being clear and has now not gotten out of the pack. Big block. Oh, my goodness. Look out at the back of the pack. Somebody just got flattened. We are going to have a stoppage in play.
All right, friends, back to the action here, just after checking on one of the skaters. Everybody's good. We're all back up. We're going to get back to the action here shortly.
As we said earlier, our volunteer medic today, Nacho Mama. Big thanks to Nacho Mama.
Fun fact, Nacho used to skate with the Schoolyard Scrappers.
Schoolyard Scrappers, Nacho Mama, number 66. The Schoolyard Scrappers.
And Nacho's daughter,
Anita Margarita.
Number
501 for the Runaway Brides.
Yep. 501 or 505?
501, because it was 1 minute after 5 o'clock, because it was Margarita time.
Oh.
See, I not only know everybody's number, I know why in most cases. As an announcer, you got to be able to fill time. So I'll set up and be like, it's 501 somewhere, right? Anita Margarita. That's all I need.
Jamming up next for the Hot Shots. That's Garen Yeager.
StefCon 1 for LA with 6 minutes to go until halftime. Jaeger right along there. I feel like Jaeger really likes that angle. I've seen Jaeger jam enough, and I think Jaeger loves that particular lane going into the corner almost. Feels like they hit that spot a lot.
Masterful drop of the shoulder there
from
Jaeger to absorb the hit.
StefCon 1 gets rolled onto the infield, and we're going to have another stoppage in play. StefCon 1 back up, back to the bench under her own power. Kind of put the hands up in a little head shake, so saying she's all right. But again, Nacho Mama popping over there, taking care of it. Like we said, our volunteer medics, we literally couldn't open the door without them. So, and fantastic. Nacho checking in with Lollipop and making sure everything's good. And clearing out. So, back to the action. We will go one more time. Now 5:40 until halftime.
Score a check-in. We're at 133 Hot Shots, 12 LA Derby Dolls. Jamming up next for the Hot Shots, that's 623 Holly Hood. And for LA, that's number 500. Jesus. Holy Jesus.
Another one. I always have dropped that down. Jesus. That's another one of my favorite Derby names. Along with Sweep the Leg Johnny, by the way. That's a brilliant Derby name. Holly Hood is out. Holly Hood is out and clear. Jesus at the back of the pack is trying to fight past those defenders.
Jesus putting in the work there
That's
against
right.
a strong Hot Shots.
Yeah, Jesus is just clearing a path with her arms. Big collision back there, and somebody giving it up to block Holly Hood at full speed. And now Jesus gets an escort up to the front of the pack, trying to clear some way. Holly Hood, look out. My goodness. Blasting through there. Just caught a glimpse of, wow. You forget how fast Holly Hood is until Holly Hood actually sticks her skate in the ground.
Oh, yeah. Hood just goes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus gets out, so Holly Hood's going to get one crack at this, and does.
Jumps the coping, killing some time off the clock. Watching for the jammer. Trying to burn some time off the clock here. Jesus taking quite the hit from Antifa. It looks like both teams picked up some penalties there. So we're going to be down one blocker from each team. Refs checking in with Eye in the Sky there to verify some points. It looks like Hot Shots were able to pick up 9 points, and LA was able to pick up 4 points, 142-16 with 4 minutes left on the clock here. Got it. That's going to be Skid Vicious for the Hot Shots. And 389 for
Stiletto.
LA.
Stiletto, Skid Vicious out for Arizona. Stiletto's kind of pinned in behind that 4 wall, trying to find an opening. Big, tightly bunched pack, and now there we go. Hand the star pass through the wall. Taking over as jammer for LA is going to be number 2 CUP. That's caring about nothing. And that's number 55, Skid Vicious. Yeah, I was going to say, I actually have called that 2 cup before, and I did not realize until I saw LA's roster they submitted. It's pronounced 2 CUP.
I was thinking, all of yesterday I was thinking teacup.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just my brain filling in the
thing
blanks
is because they have a D
incorrectly.
cup, and then there was a 2 cup, and I was like, well, that's not a bra size. It's 2 CUP. Just happens to be another cup on the team. Hence,
Oh.
yes. Anyway, just discussing that. It's Dolly Spartan on the jammer line.
And that's going to be Jaegerbomb for LA. Jaeger starting off here with a little bit of a slow jam, playing some jammer and jammer defense. Dolly taking advantage there and is out as lead jammer. Scarin Jaeger fights past that last Hot Shots blocker as Dolly's coming around for her first scoring pass. LA forming a wall in the back, but Tifa and the other Hot Shot blockers there playing some O. Dolly decides to call it off as Jaegerbomb was hot on their tail. Hot Shots picking up 1 penalty during that last jam, so they'll be skating down a blocker.
We're going to be looking at Lightning the Queen for Arizona, and that is She Deviled Egg. She Deviled Egg for Los Angeles.
She Deviled Egg takes the high, but is faced by Mimi and is sent to the infield. Lightning is able to get out there as lead jammer transitions around that last LA blocker. Resets and is coming in with speed. She Deviled Egg struggling against Mimi and Peak in the front there as LA opts to hold a goat in the back. She Deviled Egg able to push those Hot Shot blockers out of play and has to be let go. Lightning trying to score those few last LA points. Turns around, decides to call it off as She Deviled Egg was coming in hot.
I was going to mention earlier about Mimi and Lightning. One final thought on it is that they work together as a unit so well. You've seen them. Obviously, the team won Roller Rage handily pretty well. It was a solid victory. But what I find interesting is that what must be terrifying to opposing skaters is that it's not even a smile. It looks like a smile, but it's like a smile, but kind of when you look at it, you're like, is that dog gonna bite me or is he happy? It's that look.
Yes.
It's that, yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, yes. This dog is happy that he's gonna kill me. And it's that sickening feeling that you may be staring death in the face.
Yes.
That's all. That's what I see when they come through, is that they look genuinely excited to like rock somebody's world.
Back to the action here. We are currently witnessing a Hot Shots Power Jam, and that is Strange doing the honors for the Hot Shots.
Strange now catching up. You saw Antifa. Wow. Antifa just kind of went through and opened the door, and Strange came blasting right through. 20 seconds to go on the Power Jam clock. We'll have one more jam before halftime.
Hot Shots doing an excellent job there, clearing the LA blockers, allowing Strange to just skate on through. LA resets in a wall. Separated there by some of the blockers. Strange once again able to skate on by as I believe the clock expired there.
Jam clock did, quarter clock not quite. So we got one more jam in the second quarter. It will expire here momentarily. So this will be the last jam of the first quarter, but I wanted to.
Jamming for the first time this game is Mimi Mahler.
And we got Jaegerbomb down here as well for Los Angeles. Being that this is the last jam of the second quarter, wanted to let you know that here in the arena, the food truck is open outside.
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. They'll be here until 3 p.m., so you've got time after this bout to grab a bite before the next bout starts. Just be aware of that, but if you want to get it at halftime, knock yourself out. It's okay, you haven't missed anything in the first 12 seconds of this jam. There goes Mimi Mahler now breaking free.
Mimi heard you.
I was watching the whole time. Somebody just took a heck of a spill. Oh, it was the jammer for LA, and it was okay. Got the wave on because the blocker came off. My goodness, I saw Jaegerbomb just sliding across the floor like a Roomba.
Whoa, Mimi there transitioning and avoiding a hit there from the LA blocker, immediately calling it off as Jaegerbomb was hot on their tail.
So there it is. Take us up to halftime. It's 4 points there for the Hot Shots. We'll take a 15-minute half. We are 100% back to the action. Top of the third quarter. We got Cherry Kiss back here in the jammer line for Arizona. We're going to start things off with an Arizona Hot Shots Power Jam. Cherry Kiss up to the high side. Some applause from the LA bench for some good Power Jam defense. Cherry Kiss gets out, but there was 15 seconds eaten off the clock.
Extremely slow-moving pack here as Cherry's coming back around for their first scoring pass. Quickly manages to get out, and the pack's still very slow-moving. Arizona doing an excellent job there, holding a goad, controlling the pace of play.
Another good defensive turn there by Los Angeles, just trying to eat some more time off the clock. Definitely would appear that Los Angeles had about 15 minutes to talk about this defense on this Power Jam. So Cherry now still trying to fight through. 1 second, and that is going to do it. So by the way, feel free to. It's a tournament, so it's okay. You got to eat when you can. What is that? This smells wonderful.
The food truck outside.
Oh, the food truck. But I was like, I wanted to.
Fries.
Chicken fries? I was going to specifically tout, like, yeah, the food truck, this smells great. I don't eat because I'll just hiccup for the entire third bout. But, yeah, the food truck outside, definitely catch that. This smells great. I wish I was hungrier. Lightning the Queen for Arizona. That's Stiletto for Los Angeles. Lightning's already out and clear. Stiletto is at the back of the pack and just trying to find an opening. Mimi Mahler's got an eye on her, though. Lightning the Queen weaving up towards the high side. Kind of tries to spin around. That defender for LA is back there. Lightning just pirouetted 3 times. Sure, why not? Moving on. Whatever.
Managed to get out there, coming around for another scoring pass.
Stiletto's still trying to drive past that wall at the back of the pack, and then somebody just rocked her world.
Yeah,
and
that's
Lightning again. I think Lightning's better when she's pirouetting, I think.
Mimi Yeager and Murder Mittens just doing work there, giving.
Yeah. Jaegerbomb for LA is now their jammer of record after the star pass. Puts it on, and now here comes Lightning. Trying to fight her way through. There's 1 second left, and no seconds left in the jam. Checking on it from... There we are from the Arizona side. That's 15 points for the Hot Shots. 15 big points on that jam. We've got Strange, number 666 at the jammer line for Arizona, and that is She Deviled Egg, number 606 for Los Angeles. Taking a look at the pack, just 2 blockers out there for, 3 and 3, my apologies. She Deviled Egg, big running steps around the outside, and Egg's going to get clear. Racing out as well as Strange, and is now going to try to run up and keep this at 1 scoring pass. She Deviled Egg up to the front of the pack. Now gets an assist. That was the pivot, 33D. That's D-Cup. And Egg calls it off. That's 3 points for the Derby Dolls up on the board. This time around, we're going to be looking at Jesus, number 500, and Skid Vicious, number 55, for LA and Arizona, respectively.
LA picking up 3 penalties during that last jam here, so they're going to be skating down a few blockers.
That would be correct. Arizona, full complement, though, so a big pack advantage for Arizona at this point. We got a must skate out there for Los Angeles. Yeah, you know what? There we are. Chance the Lapper coming on down. And D-Cup runneth over, back out there for LA as one of the blockers. And now D-Cup runneth over is back down, and here comes Chance the Lapper. So D-Cup runneth over, went to the bench and got pointed back to the went to the penalty box, got pointed at the bench, and then back to the penalty box. I hope the jam is at least this exciting. There we go.
Skid Vicious immediately out on the high there.
Jesus got dumped pretty hard, just kind of got the skates taken out backwards and went down on her face.
Jesus doing a great job
really
there,
pushing
against
through
those hot shot blockers. Skid Vicious coming around for their first scoring pass, takes a high and is out. Jesus managing to get around Murder Mittens there on the low, but guided to the infield by Mimi Mahler.
Here comes Skid, scoring pass up to the high side, just kind of running steps. Goes right up around the outside. Ash Smash, excuse me, Colette Razorcat was up there. Probably see Ash later today, I would have to figure. Meanwhile, here goes Murder Mittens, getting in front of Chance the Lapper and Baby V. And Skid stayed on track. Managed to tiptoe along the coping and stay on. Jesus at the back of the pack appears to have been hit by Mimi Mahler several times. Yeah, Jesus is going to come back to the bench. And, yeah, Jesus is rather visibly worn out after fighting against the back end of the Arizona pack. So, okay, but definitely coming back to the bench.
That was a tough wall, too.
So, yeah, that's visibly exhausted at the end of that bout. Right, tough love. All right, Jammer line this time around is 15 more for Arizona. This is Cherry Kiss and Jaeger Bomb.
Both Jammers coming up with some speed. Both Jammers taking a tumble there, but Cherry manages to recover quickly and is out. Jaeger Bomb there fighting against Al, trying to get out as well. Some of the hot shot blockers recycling. Way out of play there, so they must let Jaeger Bomb go. Cherry Kiss coming around for their first scoring pass. Manages to get past the LA blockers. Looks to see where Jaeger is, Jaeger Bomb is, and decides to call it off.
Ends up being 4 for Arizona there. This time we've got Scaring Jaeger at the Jammer line. We're getting closer. It's going to be a Jaeger on Jaeger. It'll be Jaeger double shots.
That's why I'm here. That's what I want to see.
Right. Scaring Jaeger for Arizona, and also there's a Jammer for Los Angeles. Your Los Angeles Jammer is going to be She Deviled Egg.
She Deviled Egg coming in strong there. Pushing against Lightning the Queen, manages to get out on the high, past Razorcat, past. Oh, that's Mimi, not Lightning. Jaeger Bomb taking a whip there off of Mimi and Lightning. Gets out. Lightning sending She Deviled Egg to the infield. She Deviled Egg decides to call it off as Jaeger Bomb Scaring Jaeger, was coming in hot. I need to relabel them.
Our only hope is that the third bout doesn't have anybody who has the same name as somebody else. Now at the Jammer line, number 123, John Malkovich. Jammer line actually is number 389 Stiletto, and that's Dolly Spartan, number 300 for Arizona.
Seeing a little bit of Jammer defense there from the LA Jammer. Both Jammers still in. Dolly manages to get out there on the turn. LA Jammer following behind there.
Excellent way. Hollywood was coming down with the block to wipe out Stiletto, and Stiletto kind of hopped over Hollywood. Gets out and clear. Dolly Spartan picks up her points and calls it off.
Jamming for the hot shots is going to be Murder Mittens, and that's going to be Jaeger Bomb for the LA Derby Dolls. Both teams picking up penalties on some of their blockers during that last jam, so a little bit of a lighter pack. Murder Mittens pushing out there on that last LA blocker, manages to get out. Jaeger Bomb fighting against Jaeger.
It was a Jaeger on Jaeger match, and the Jaeger Bomb was the victor. Look at that. It finally happened. All right. Good night. I can go home.
Yeah. Bye, you guys. This is it for me.
All right, back to it. 4 points for Arizona there, 225-21. There's 6:14 to go in the third quarter. We got Cherry Kiss way the heck back here. And over here on the Jammer line, like they're supposed to be, is She Deviled Egg. Cherry Kiss up to the high side, running right through. There goes Cherry. Running along the rail. I feel like that's Cherry's favorite way to get through, is use that rail as leverage. Meanwhile, mid-pack, She Deviled Egg is still looking, trying to get round down to the infield by Aunt Tifa. Cherry Kiss is going to weave through the pack. She Deviled Egg now is looking at getting around, is now going to try to outrun Hollyhood to the corner, cannot do so. Hollyhood says, please have a seat. Weaving on through, Cherry Kiss. 15 seconds still to go in this jam. She Deviled Egg is now just line up and try to play some jammer defense.
Dolly with quite the sweep there, clearing the path for Cherry Kiss, allowing her to get out. Cherry Kiss, 4 seconds left on the clock. Can they make it?
I have to ask, I have a question. Does Jaegerbomb have their number tattooed on their arm? Or is it just really prettily drawn?
Oh, I am not
I
sure.
almost think when you see Jaegerbomb come, if somebody in the chat can holler at us and let us know, does Jaegerbomb have...
It's not a tattoo?
All right. Well, meanwhile, Sherrills is getting the whole explanation on the tattoo. Meanwhile, lead jammer for LA getting out is Stiletto. We had somebody came up and informed us of what's going on. It's kind of a tattoo. Meanwhile, Lightning the Queen trying to catch up. Arizona Derby Dames are trying to press the pace of play. Stiletto is trying to get along the inside, jumps off, calls it off just in time.
So that was Steph Con there giving us the inside scoop. Thank you, Steph Con, about the situation there with Jaeger's number on the arm, saying that it's almost like a temporary tattoo, lasts only about 3 years or so.
Yeah, so it's kind of a not temporary and not permanent, but, you know, in a gray area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 3-year ink, and then the ink's going to naturally fade. But, yeah, it does have her Derby number tattooed on her bicep, and I'm going to say that commitment.
Yeah, honestly, but also so useful.
Yeah.
So useful.
Right. And then if you have to wear like 66, you can just draw that on with a Sharpie.
There you go.
A really nice 6, and then just the one that looks like it was drawn by a 6-year-old with a head cold.
Turn it into an 8.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
There's another 6 on the team. Like, you can play around with it.
Make it a hurricane symbol.
There you go.
Exactly. Just add it, add a little twist down. A hurricane symbol would be filled in. It's an empty one. It's a tropical storm symbol. So tropical storm Jaegerbomb, and just add a, zoop.
Heading in here into a timeout there for LA. It looks like they picked up 2 penalties during that last jam. Gonna take a little bit of a breather here. Remind you that our merch booth is open if you're visiting. Check out some of the cool shirts we have for sale. Pick up one of the home team jerseys. Maybe the Valkyries jersey calls your attention. I don't know. Also got stickers and keychains. And as a reminder, the snack bar is also open. Drop by, get some chips, some cookies, some refreshments, a protein bar. Fuel up. Still a lot of Derby left to watch today.
We got a whole nother bout left to go. We got this AZDD. It'll be some of the same skaters, but definitely, the rest of the roster going up against Tilted Thunder, so that'll be great. This is LA's last bout of the tournament. And it's going to be a power jam for Arizona, which probably was what led to the timeout. That's going to be Strange at the jammer line. Arizona's got 4 blockers. LA's got 2. And now we're ready to go. Strange runs squarely into Jane Woe. Jane Woe just kind of was probably still going to stick with it, but just lost her balance and ended up having to kind of prop herself up, so Strange gets by. 45 seconds left on the Arizona Power Jam. Strange weaves up to the high side, and there again, Jane Woe doing good defense on the front end, just got too far out of play. And very effective defense played by one person on a power jam, must say. Weaving through again. There's Jane Woe at the front again. At least trying to get in the way. We got 21 seconds now.
Yeah, Hot Shot's doing a great job there, keeping those LA blockers apart. Just clearing a path for Strange to skate on out. Manages to stay on the track. 8 seconds left on the jam clock here. Strange trying to pick up some speed there at the end. Trying to get a couple more points.
Look out at the very end there. I think everybody's all right. Strange and Chance the Lapper, teammates in Roller Rage on the Trans Agenda, so little fist bump on the way down there. Is that Chance the rap? Is that Chance down there in the penalty box? I can't quite see, but I was curious. Seemed like a pretty. I think it was a hard hit at the end. I saw Strange lean over the rail, so they must have come together pretty hard. We're going to have an Arizona timeout here, so 2:17 to go in the third quarter. Check out the score, 255-23.
Trying to get the inside scoop here on the board. I'm seeing a couple penalties. I do believe that Strange picked up a penalty there, a blocking after the
I did hear that, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go into this next jam here as a power jam for LA. It also looks like one of the blockers also picked up a penalty, so Hot Shots will be down a blocker and a jammer in this next jam.
So while everybody's watching on Twitch, again, during a stoppage and play, we'd love for you to drop in your home league. Who are you? When's your bouts? Where can we find information? Let us know. I also wanted to ask, just out of curiosity, anybody out there in the Twitch chat or watching here in the arena, just curious, if anybody else can think of a person or is a person who may have been at a tournament and skated as a skating ref and also skated as a skater on the same day. And I just want to see, I'm sure people have done it. I'm just curious, the provenance thereof and whether I can officially name something.
I can tell you Crash. I've seen.
Well, I want to name it the Crash doubleheader. And I was discussing with Crash, and I said I was going to submit that as a possible name while I was telling Crash what an awesome human they are. So I'm just curious if somebody's got a name for it, I want to know. Otherwise, I'm going with the Crash doubleheader. Because Crash is the only one here that does it.
Yeah.
Power jam for LA. Way the heck back here. That's Cherry's spot. What are you doing? That's Jagerbomb looks up and smiles at me. Jagerbomb takes off. That's when you know you got a good one, is when a skater looks up and gives you a wink. Jagerbomb, yeah.
Yeah, coming in with a full head
of
speed.
Jaeger on Jaeger once again.
Block from Jaeger.
And Jaeger's mad. Look at it. Jaeger just recycled with fury in their eyes.
Yes, Jaeger determined to not let Jaeger out.
I know. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. It is a Jaeger on Jaeger fight. Jaeger scaring Jaeger with a pivot strike for Arizona, and Jaeger bomb with the star. And scaring Jaeger with Arizona. I've not seen Jaeger look this intense about something in a while.
Jaeger's still stuck behind the Jaeger skid and Mimi wall. Oh.
Big fall. Oh, skater down hard in the turn. We're going to have stoppage and play.
We're going to go ahead and take a minute here.
All right, we're back to the action. Skater up and back to the bench, so we were good to see that. Everybody applauding. So back to the action. Once again, 1:27 till the end of the third quarter. We got Dolly Spartan this time for Arizona. She-Deviled Egg. Egg right through. Wow. They just opened up a big hole for She-Deviled Egg right through the pack for LA. Dolly Spartan down to the inside, trying to get clear. Blocker off. Dolly gets back up to reestablish. Here comes She-Deviled Egg. Dolly Spartan, big collision. Look out back there at the back of the pack. She-Deviled Egg took a great fall, trying to fight their way through. Antifa. And there they go. She Deviled Egg scrambles to the front of the pack. Meanwhile, trying to fight through the pack. Here goes Dolly Spartan. All right. Dolly Spartan's going to chase it down. And here comes She Deviled Egg. And She Deviled Egg is going to go over hard this pack now. Trying to find to the outside. Ground up into the rail. And She Deviled Egg just trying not to crack before calling it off.
Clifton, I just want to ask real quick, was that a Humpty Dumpty reference that you just made?
Did you
For
catch
She
the other
Deviled
three?
Egg?
Did you catch the other 3 egg puns? There were 4.
I just got the Humpty Dumpty one.
Well, there were 4. So
Up next,
Yeah.
jamming for the Hot Shots, I believe that's Colette Razorcat.
it is Colette Razorcat. That was 5 points, by the way, for She Deviled Egg. So gotten one more, it would have been a half dozen. Zing! Colette Razorcat and Stiletto. And Stiletto's up there in front of Colette Razorcat. Hard to see because Colette Razorcat is actually, I know Colette Razorcat IRL, very tall. Stiletto was, it was very funny. I saw Stiletto pop out from behind Colette. Stiletto now to the front of the pack is going to grind against Mimi, trying to push past Mimi and gets Mimi out of play. What a fight. I mean, we spent the whole bout talking about how hard that is. And Stiletto goes by Mimi on the rail side. That's hard. Stiletto up to the upside now is going to get slowed down. We got a lap jammer I heard from behind me. Stiletto looking for an opening, still trying to get some help.
The
Now
Hot
it's
Shots
trying to get-
recycling in the front there, just not letting Stiletto out.
Colette Razorcat with the star stash. And as Stiletto was being forced off the track, calls it off. We're going to have a timeout. No, we're not. We're going to have an end of the third quarter is what we're going to have. But I'll let, yes, Chase and Voorhees let us know that for sure just before I assume. All right, we will step aside. It's a 5-minute break. Score right now, Hot Shots 255, LA 32. We are ready to get back to the action. Yeah, Jaegerbomb on the jammer line for LA. Holly Hood for Arizona. It's 255-32 is your score at the moment. We're looking out there. Full pack, 4 and 4 in the blocker pack. So Holly Hood quickly up to the pack first. Is going to go along the inside and find an opening. Holly Hood's out and clear. Jaegerbomb is weaving in, out, and is going to now get right through. Found a little opening and gets through the pack. Was able to get past before Cherry Kiss could close the door. So here comes Holly Hood. Full head of steam. Holly Hood finds a route through the pack and calls it off. I saw number 76, Jezahel, trying to get in place, and Cherry Kiss just kind of steadied that. Let Holly Hood get through the pack and finish off the scoring pass. Got your standard 4. It's going to be She Deviled Egg, number 606 for Los Angeles. Number 95, Lightning the Queen for Arizona. Say, patiently wait. Now we're ready to go. Another full-ish pack. Egg is going. Oh, Egg was trying to stay up, but just got knocked off. Running around the outside is Lightning, and Lightning's your lead jammer for Arizona. Egg is at the back of the pack, is just trying to push into. I see 23 down there, Murder Mittens, and there up to the poop. Just popped up to the outside. There goes Egg. Nice move. Lightning gets through, and Lightning's going to keep an eye on things as Egg makes her way around. Crowd cheers. You know what? The crowd cheers. You know why the crowd cheered, Shirls? Because everybody likes a good egg. Meanwhile, that's Stiletto coming up to the jammer line for Los Angeles. And Cherry Kiss for Arizona. Another 4 for Arizona in that jam. Stiletto is, here goes Stiletto. Backing up from the line. Everybody's looking. We're ready to go. Stiletto's going to, oh, Cherry gets hit into the rail. Stiletto was going to try to get in Cherry's way, and Cherry stuck her toe in the ground and jumped backwards. I mean, that was, again, like I've said in basketball, if there's a jab step in derby, that's it. Meanwhile, here comes Cherry Kiss, your jammer for LA, mid-pack, not out yet, and that's Stiletto. Cherry up to the high side, bumped. Finding a route through, is just going to kind of grab Chance the Lapper, and wow, yeah. Cherry gets right through the pack. Now is going to catch up to the pack here, and we've got a star pass now, and taking over is jammer for LA, number 925. That's Hetty Lascar. Cherry's trying to catch up. Cherry does catch up. Cherry gets by and gets that jammer point. Got official timeout there from Chase and Voorhees, so we'll take a second to look that one over. Waiting for the score here from the infield. Merrill Streak's going to come up. I'll shut my mic off so I can, well, Streak gets paused. Infidel Castro checking. Now here comes Streak, so I'll drop off mic for a moment while they talk this one out. All right, scoring sorted out. 10-point jam for the Hotshots. We're looking at 273-32 with 11:39 to go in regulation. Once we get back to the action, the music has stopped, and now it's just me. Just like I like it. Welcome to Roller Derby at the Derby Dames, where you get to listen to my voice. There's also people on roller skates. Official timeout continuing. There's, I mean, a lot of discussion down there. I see, yeah. Now we're finally broke up, so we'll have to wait and see if there's not a lot of penalties in this bout comparatively as compared to the first one, I feel like. Not as many, anyway.
Not as many.
Yeah.
Arizona down
there goes the whiteboard.
2 blockers there, I believe. Yeah. Friends, I think this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
All right, this is it. Now, but this is actually the rubber match because there's been 2 jams where they hit each other, and each of them won the collision. So this is officially, there they go.
This is
Jaeger's off the jammer line, and Jaeger approaches the pack. Meanwhile, Jaeger to the outside. Jaeger's going to go to the inside. Jaeger's your lead jammer. Jaeger's out, and Jaeger's going to try to clear the pack. Jaeger's still in the pack while Jaeger's approaching the pack from the front straightaway. Here goes Jaeger at the back of the pack trying to find an opening, and here comes Jaeger. Jaeger's going to have to call this off before Jaeger gets there. Jaeger to the infield while Jaeger passes Jaeger on the infield and finishes a scoring pass. That's Jaeger's going to put your standard 5 on the board, getting that jammer point by Jaeger passing Jaeger. Jaeger trying to get by, Jaeger to the inside, Jaeger goes around Jaeger, Jaeger to the outside, and another scoring pass for Jaeger. That's more than likely 10 points for Jaeger at this point. We'll have to see. Jaeger now looks like is calling out some instructions to their teammates while Jaeger's approaching and calling out instructions to their teammates. And now they both get through. Jaeger gets through at the same time as Jaeger, and Jaeger calls it off.
Jaeger taking the low on Jaeger there during that last lap. Up next, that's going to be Dolly Spartan jamming for the Hot Shots and jamming for the LA Derby Dolls. That's going to be number 606, She Deviled Egg. Dolly Spartan struggling against a 3-blocker wall there of LA Derby Dolls. And She Deviled Egg almost out on the low, but sent to the infield. Dolly Spartan out on the high as your lead jammer.
And Egg gets out as well and is going to put the pursuit on. Dolly checking over her shoulder.
Pack,
checking the pack.
Standing at a standstill.
Right?
Standing at a standstill.
I know.
Such thrilling announcing.
Right. Well, exactly. Well, Egg came rolling in there at the end and was trying to force the call off.
Jamming up next, that's my captain. That's Mimi Mahler for the AZDD Hot Shots.
Mimi Mahler at the jammer line. It's going to be Stiletto for Los Angeles. 9:30 to go in regulation at this point.
It does look like LA picked up 2 penalties during that last jam, so Arizona Hot Shots will have the blocker advantage. Stiletto playing a little bit of jammer defense there. Mimi sent to the infield. Stiletto trying to stay in front of Mimi, trying to impede her way there. Mimi manages to transition on the low and is out incredible. As lead jammer.
Just kind of like grabbing a fire pole and just kind of like woo and swinging your way around. That was pretty cool. Mimi along the inside. That time, no trickery needed. Mimi finishing that scoring pass.
Mimi, the Terrenator con 4x4 acción. Coming up to the pack. Gets through on the high. Takes a peek at the clock and decides to go for a few more points.
Big block of Stiletto down to the infield. That 4 wall of Arizona defenders on the front end of this pack has been unrelenting. Mimi that time up into the wall.
Yeah, Mimi taking
the rail.
Quite
and then
the hit there. I think, is that Jesus?
That was Jesus, yeah. That was Jesus.
Jesus delivering quite the hit there to Mimi.
Jesus packs a punch.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like that was a clean jam from both teams. So we're going to have both jammers full pack. For quarter, we have 8 minutes left. Score is 288-47.
Arizona has sent Strange to the jammer line. Los Angeles has sent Egg. And Egg's going to outrun Tifa there and Remy. And Egg is your lead jammer for Los Angeles. Big collision there at the back of the pack. A couple more skaters down, and then Strange is going to fight through the pack. Weaving up, trying to get got a blocker up in front, trying to open a path. Does She Deviled Egg, trying to get by as many people as possible, and then coming in with a full head of steam comes Strange. Strange with a full head of steam, and then was using Al as a shield. I had to quantify that. Strange was holding on to Al's hips and was literally like rolling Strange in front of them. Okay, yeah. You know what? Honestly, if I had to roll through a roller derby pack, I would push Al and Iolage in front of me too.
Solid choice.
They would just move out of fear. And then I'm like, yeah, that's right. Get out of the way. I got Al in front of me. Meanwhile, it's a timeout.
It does look like Strange picked up a penalty during that last jam, and one of the other Hot Shots blockers also picked up a penalty. So we will be going into an LA Power Jam here with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Derby Dolls have, in fact, called the timeout. And, again, I'm no coach, no strategist, but I'm going to guess it was probably to work out the Power O here. We will see who is going to do the honors. Nobody at the moment wearing the star, so we can't spoil that for you. Once again, 7:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Everybody just kind of quietly enjoying the team timeout. Once again, like I said, the chicken and waffles truck outside be there throughout intermission. And it's even going to be in the shade, so your retinas won't burst into flames while you're trying to read the menu. So, yeah, when that sun's coming down, like when the menu's backlit, in that wonderful Arizona springtime sun, yeah, no. I'm surprised I can see at all, let alone the little that I can. It is a power jam for Los Angeles. It's Stiletto number 389. And Los Angeles is vigorously trying to get Stiletto loose at this point. I see Al up there closing the door. I see Jaeger up there getting in the way. Stiletto just kind of everybody recycled. Stiletto's at the back of the pack again. Now to the front, we got Skid up there. And we've got another blocker now for LA. That's Jesus again, trying to open a path.
LA choosing to hold Jaeger as a goat in the back, trying to allow Stiletto to push those last few hot shot blockers out of play. Stiletto almost manages to get out there, faced with Skid and Lightning there. She's just moving up to play a little bit of offense. Finally able to get out with 15 seconds left on the clock here.
Yeah, you saw there that we were able to get by Al, and then Lightning just kind of casually rotated around and got in front of Stiletto too. Now the Derby Dames are going to take off, and it would appear are going to be successful in keeping any points from being surrendered.
Yeah, Jaeger able to sneak out there past those LA blockers in the last few seconds, allowing the Hot Shots to speed up the pack. It does look like Jaeger picked up a penalty during that last jam, so Hot Shots will be down a blocker.
We're going
jamming for Arizona. That's number 623, Holly Hood.
That's going to be She Deviled Egg for Los Angeles.
Holly Hood transitions on the low and is out as our lead jammer. She Deviled Egg takes the low, sneaks past, I believe that was Cherry Kiss. Holly Hood coming in for a scoring pass, jumps the coping, gracefully lands it, and calls it off.
Yes. Everybody should applaud that. I mean, that was an apex jump. And remember earlier I had said something like anybody can coping jump. You got to land it for it to count, right? It's like in football. Everybody wants to hurdle until the defender pops up and hits you right between the legs. Oops. So you can hurdle. It's actually finishing it. And anyway, Holly Hood jumped the apex, landed on one knee and skidded to a stop, and then stood up and yanked off the jammer panty.
And made it look so graceful.
Yes. I love this sport. It's crazy. Fighting along the inside, your lead jammer is going to be Murder Mittens for Arizona. Back in the pack, we're waiting on, there's the LA jammer popping up behind the Arizona defense. Murder Mittens spun off to the infield. And we've called it off. We'll line up for our next jam. It's going to be Cherry Kiss for Arizona, and Stiletto for Los Angeles.
No penalties on either team picked up during that last jam, so we will have a full set of blockers. I'm gonna take a minute here to check in on points.
All right, official timeout for Chase and Voorhees. Yeah, I continue to set great examples for lead the league announcers, which is to start talking before turning on my microphone. Rough day, kids. You know what? A few more run-throughs. This will be show ready by Monday morning.
It's been a long weekend.
That's right. Honestly, you know what? There's good run-through next week, and this will be ready. We can sell tickets. I think. This is the last rehearsal we need. Meanwhile, Yeah, you know, we'll fix it in post.
This is
We'll
a
fix-
dress rehearsal. It's
We'll
a dress
fix it.
rehearsal.
We'll fix it in post. It's
Yeah.
cool. All right, making sure everybody's all set. We do. So 5 points for the Hot Shots. I'm going to bump right up against 300 there, 299 to 49. Looks like we're ready to go. Now that we got the points all sorted out, we're going to get back to things with Stiletto for LA and Cherry Kiss for Phoenix still. I was amused that when the referee had to come up here and speak to the announcer's nest, they had to walk between the jammers.
Everybody was
Yes.
just staring at Merrill.
Not behind them. Cherry Kiss and Stiletto, of course, both quickly up to the pack as they are wont to do, and they're both going to wind up on the infield. So, dancing back and forth. Both of them like to bounce up and down the line until they can find an opening like Jaeger and Strange do.
Both very agile skaters.
Yeah. And Cherry, wow, look at Cherry just, oh my goodness.
Cherry with the
goodness.
Ministry of Silly Walks manages to
Yes.
maintain
Kind of
her
just
balance.
a little crouch and like one leg straight out in front. I don't even know. I squatted down like a baseball catcher for 90 seconds last night. I can't walk today. Anyway, Stiletto is going to get out with the Star Stash and put it back on.
Oh.
Cherry that time did
I felt that all the way up
Oofda.
here. Cherry with a big old
Yeah,
smile.
Cherry
decides
felt
to
it
just
too.
Hop up back on the track and call it off.
Oh, yeah. Cherry felt that one also.
LA picking up 2 penalties during that last jam. If my eyes do not deceive me, I believe they were both directional blocks here.
We got 3 minutes to go in regulation. Arizona's going to put 4 more up on the board, so Arizona tops up over 3 bills.
I believe that's Colette Razorcat jamming for the Hot Shots, and that's number 606 for LA. That is going to be She Deviled Egg. Colette Razorcat fighting on the high, manages to stay up against a sweep to the low from an LA blocker and is out as your lead jammer. She Deviled Egg sent to the infield there by number 23, Murder Mittens. As Colette Razorcat is coming around for her first scoring pass, takes the high, is going to come around for more points. 30 seconds left on the clock. She Deviled Egg opting to play a little bit of jammer defense there, keeping an eye out as Colette Razorcat's coming back. Colette takes the low, takes a tumble to the track monster, recovers, and is back up. 15 seconds left on the jam clock. Pat coming to a standstill here in front of the announcer booth. Hello, friends at home. As Colette Razorcat is coming around 4 more points, but the clock expires. We'll wait to hear from the refs to see how many points Colette Razorcat was able to pick up.
And I do see Jaegerbomb coming up here. Jaegerbomb coming up, and all right, score established. It was 14 points for Arizona. It's going to be a power jam for the LA Derby Dolls. You got Jaegerbomb over on the line. Mom, the protein. There goes. A certain vintage of people will get that.
Hot Shots staying together in a wall in front, trying to keep that pack moving, trying to prevent Jaegerbomb from getting out. Holly Hood delivering a shoulder there to 96-37, sending them to the infield. That was Jane Woe. It looks like there may have been a star pass here. I don't see Jaegerbomb with the star on their helmet anymore. So, Pivot taking over as jammer for LA. Hot Shots not phased by that star pass, though. They know who to keep in the pack.
Pack going by. It's apparently it's just straight skullduggery at this point. I don't know what it went from roller derby to a game of Stratego. What's going on here? And the jam expires. We got no points for either side. Setting up the jam now. We got Skid Vicious and Stiletto.
Both teams picking up a blocker penalty during that last jam. Both teams will sit 1 blocker in the pepper patch.
Quarter clock has expired. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say a little bit of a lighter pack here for this, what may be the last jam.
Last jam of regulation for
Yes.
sure. Stiletto fighting through the pack. Stiletto's lead jammer for Los Angeles.
Stiletto coming in with a full head of steam here into the pack as Skid is still fighting against those LA blockers. Stiletto coming up, looking for a path out. I believe that's Shisa's playing some O there for Stiletto. Stiletto manages to call it off before being sent to the infield by Mimi Mahler.
So 2 points for the Derby Dolls. We are going to check on if there's going to be any penalty jam action. I do not think it appears that there will, based on where Lollipop is standing. We'll have to see. And it is not going to be. So with this whistle, that is it. With the final score of 317 to 51, the Arizona Derby Dames Hot Shots are victorious.
Come on down and slap hands with your favorite skaters for a game well played. Let's make some noise, friends.